Judgment time.
Welcome to Everything Comes Back to 2000AD, and today we're joined by Mr. Stephen Ross.
Mr. Rossy, what you want? Oh, the tree of ice cream cones, a cocoa castle for a home, custard cakes, coffee breaks, holiday, we're on the stage.
Hello from kind of foggy and drizzly Southern California yesterday. Today is brought to you by Play a Vibe from Celsius.
I'm Mr. John Burgess.
Hello to all you druckers out there from let me just have a look. It's official, the heat wave number 3 is over, so we can all relax. But it's no different to me, because I'm just sat in my shorts relaxing anyway. And
you're
you know
basically
what?
naked.
And you know what? It's a heartache, isn't it?
Oh,
yes,
here we go.
Folks. What a segue into deaths! Woo! And I'll tell you what, well done on everyone dying quickly this week, apart from the one who was murdered, but we'll get to that. Because I hadn't got many, but all of a sudden people just went, oh, that's it, I'm off, we've got to get on John's list. So here we go. First up is Bonnie Tyler. Age 75, Welsh singer, and I've got to say that when she died, I was out in the kitchen, and I think I was making some food of some sort, and I decided I will have a Bonnie Tyler session on YouTube. Yes, it was pretty good. Apart from obviously singing about being lost in France. I mean, who'd want to go to France? But that was before she did a bouffon of her hairstyle. But yeah, I always used to think it would have been brilliant if she did a duet with Mr. Meatloaf, because their voices would have been awesome together. And obviously they both work with Jim Steinman.
I was just going to say that. Wow.
Yeah, it's very similar styles. But yeah, I thought she was on the way out, because for the last couple of months, it was on about her being ill, and she was put into an induced coma over where she lived in Portugal at the current time. So obviously it was like something was happening bad. But yeah, she did quite well. I think it said she sold 100 million somewhere on the news when it was talking about her. But yeah, so there goes Bonnie Tyler. So sad. I'll leave the next one to the very end. Then we've got Barbara Ling, age 73, an American production designer. Now, what do you think she was working on? Lots of films that we'll have seen. Well, we haven't seen Michael yet, the new one, but we have seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We have seen Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, Falling Down, V.I. Wachowski, the Doors film, Oliver Stone's Doors film.
It's a Michael film she was working on. Is that a remake?
The which one?
The Michael movie.
No, that Michael was the Michael Jackson one
movie.
Oh, okay.
And
where they auditioned for kids around the world to play Michael, but then they decided to give to his cousin who lived next door.
They did the same thing with Selena. It was like they auditioned every Mexican girl with long, straight black hair who could do the dance moves, and it's we're going with J-Lo.
And she won the Academy Award for Best Production Design, Art Directors Guild Award.
Oh, wait. Hold a minute. It's not the same with Selena. Was J-Lo related to Selena?
No, but they already knew who they were going to pick.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised people don't sue them after they find that out, saying, I've travelled all the way for an audition, you already planned it.
Well, they do that in jobs
stuff.
all the time. They do that in job in business.
Yeah, but when they actually say that's what they did, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but people don't give a shit. People don't give a shit. For example, I've worked in a few companies where they have to put the position out there legally, looking for somebody to do some. Just say it's sales, like the top sales guy. They've already picked a guy from inside the company, but they have to put it out there in order to stop being sued.
We do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, if like they've already on that Michael one, they said they'd already decided him. So why were they doing all these additions? So people were traveling, I don't know how many miles to get there, taking a day off to get there, all that. They should be saying, I want all that money back. You knew I wasn't going to get the thing. But anyway, she got the Academy Award.
That's just the way it is.
The auditions, those auditions are part of the promotion process.
Yeah, BAFTA award. She got that, and she got all that for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is directed by Mr. Ross's favorite director, Quentin Tarantino.
I hated that movie.
Fucking hell, it was awesome. I fucking loved it.
He hates all the Tarantino movies. Don't get me started.
Jackie Brown was okay.
No. Jackie Brown's the one. Jackie Brown's the one you go, it's okay because he didn't fucking write it.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go. See,
that's why it's not as memorable.
That's why it's
not as memorable.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway. Next one, we have Peter Van Norden, age 75, an American actor. Have you heard of him?
No.
Right. So he
did sound American.
Yeah, well, TV, movies, and theatre. But let's go for the TV first. So he did Cheers, St. Elsewhere, T.J. Hooker, Malibu, Three's a Crowd, Family Ties, Murder, She Wrote, In the Heat of the Night, Matlock, The Stand. In films from 79 onwards, he did, let's go to the ones we've heard of, Road Out 66, Police Academy 2, The Accused, Naked Gun 2.5, and Geely. Or Giggly Geely. Yeah. And then in stage, he did a shitload of. It was mainly for the stage work, but The Tempest, Henry IV, Hot House, Christmas Carol. His full name, was an extra bit. Peter Van Norden, but it was Peter Edward Van Norden. He's best known for his roles in Hollywood films of the 80s and 90s, including Police Academy 2, The First Assignment, The Accused, The Stand. He had a prolific resume in theatre as well.
He's got an instantly forgettable face.
But he's one of those people that was doing stuff all the time, especially theatre. I reckon he was one of those ones where he did films to pay for his theatre work a lot.
Right.
Because I know a couple of the big hitters, the Brits, have done films in America to then take 2 years out to then do theatre what they wanted to do. But, that's right. Yeah. Next up, we have Wai Jing Ho, aged 82.
Oh my God!
Hong Kong. What?
Go ahead.
So when you read a Spanish name, do you roll the R's?
Righto. Antonio Banderas. Of course I do. Wai Jing Ho.
He even did the lisp.
Yeah,
John, I respect you more than you know.
Thank you. Hong Kong actress. She was in. Let me just get the old films. Where the fuck is the bits that I saw earlier? Oh, she was in Cadillac Man. Oh, she was the Asian wife. How typecast. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Oh, she was a Chinese woman in that one. She was in Tracers, Hustlers, Turning Red. And then we'll go into the TV stuff. Law and Order, The Defenders, Iron Fist. She was in 9 episodes of Iron Fist. And she was in 6 episodes of Daredevil. She was Madam, well, I don't know how you pronounce this. Gao. Gao. Madam Gao. Madam Gao. Mm-hmm. She was also in Orange is the New Black, where she was Mrs. Who. Flight of the Conchords, she was Mrs. Lee. Law and Order, she was Mrs. Wong. Fucking hell, this is disgraceful typecasting. But when I looked at her face, I thought, yep, I do recognize her.
The funny thing is, you're exactly right. I was like, you put in the little funny voices and all that, but I'm thinking, what John's doing isn't that much worse than some of the typecast names that they're putting. Hollywood's putting into these characters. So sure, why not?
And she died of a stroke. Dirty old bugger at 82. And she was born in Japanese-occupied Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's her. So she won't be any more Daredevils and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Lindsey Graham, a bloke with a woman's name, age 71, American politician. And what I've got here about him is Trump hater turned Trump lover, just like everyone does.
Yep.
And
friends to enemies, lovers, enemies to lovers, all that romantic stuff.
He was in the closet. He never came out.
Do you know what? From that picture that they've got on Wikipedia, I thought he looked like he was a homosexual.
Oh,
yeah.
It
was well known around Washington, D.C.
I had a hard time telling, like, how much of it was him being Southern and how much of it was him maybe being gay.
Wow, so Rossy just insulted the whole South right there.
I know. Okay. He reached the rank of colonel in the Air Force, eh?
He was a JAG
attorney
as well. Yeah, attorney as well. So he knows bullshit when he saw it. The only issue I had with him, Lindsey Graham, is that he was a warmonger.
I see.
He was always pushing for shit against Putin and Russia. Him and McCain were bosom buddies when it came to stuff like that. He was a Trump hater that did actually change his opinion on Trump, and Trump actually said about him that he was like a family member, so his loss was huge, massive. Now, there's no coincidence in politics. So he had been over in Ukraine meeting Zelensky, and then when he came back, like a few hours later, he was dead from a cardiac arrest. Now, it's not unusual for a guy his age to have a cardiac arrest, but it's also the best way that the Russians use for killing people off is giving them a heart attack. So I think the FBI are going to do an investigation on it just to make sure it was natural or not.
So he says it on there, like you said, he was a war hawk. But this is my favourite bit here because he takes a bit of Mr. Ross's culture and throws it away. Not his French culture, but his Mexican culture. It says he was part of a group of three senators, John McCain and Joe Lieberman, with whom he formed the group known as the Three Amigos.
Lieberman was a really good politician too. Lieberman, if McCain had picked Lieberman as his running mate, he might have done better in the election because Lieberman was a former Democrat that become an independent, and he would have got maybe the independents on board. So Lieberman was a decent enough guy. So the Three Amigos, huh?
It says he got his Bronze Star Medal for meritorious service as a senior legal advisor. What the fuck a fucking medal for that? Medals are for fucking things that are fucking valor and shit. Fucking disgrace. Right, let's move on to the next one. Next one we have, oh yes, this is Dermot Murnahan, age 68, English presenter, and he was a news person as well. He did stuff. Well, I think he worked for every fucking news broadcast. Channel 4, it says here, ITV, BBC, Sky News, so all the liars, CNBC Europe, and then he did his own programs at Lunchtime News, Evening News, BBC Breakfast. One of Sam's programs that he always used to say about him was Eggheads, which was a quiz show. In fact, I think Eggheads, that was the no, I don't think he was in charge when PJ Holden went on. PJ Holden went on Eggheads, because he give a page of artwork that he'd drawn, like a specific image, not like a page from the Prog, but he did an image of something. I remember that episode. I don't think they beat the Eggheads, but yeah. So who
would have won on a game show, PJ Holden or Alan?
Oh, I would say PJ. I think PJ is more rounded than the big lump of shite.
Well, Alan's pretty rounded too.
Well, I did leave that open for you to do that.
You did. Thank you.
Right, now, the penultimate death is, well, he just went to day, and I know my Kaz will be sad. It's Sir Sam Neill, or, to give him his full name, Sir Nigel John Dermot Sam Neill. Now,
you're supposed to pronounce the show that he that has the Irish name, you're supposed to pronounce it in the Irish way like you do everything else.
Oh, hang on a second, then let me get it, because he's Northern Irish-born New Zealand actor. To be sure.
Yeah, so sorry. He was in Riley, Ace of Spies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yes. Oh my God. I'm just looking here because it said on the did I hear a bit on the radio when I was driving back from work this morning? I think I heard them say it was in 50 films. And I'm just looking here. Loads of nominations and winnings of awards and stuff.
Damien.
Yeah, he hasn't. It doesn't fucking give him the list. But I'll read some of the films as I just go down the bits here. He won his first big international run as Damien Thorne, son of the devil, in Omen 3: The Final Conflict. He was in Ivanhoe. He was one of the leading candidates to succeed Roger Moore in the role of James Bond, but lost out to Timothy Dalton. He was
Dalton's a better choice.
Riley Ace of Spies.
Really, Ace of Spies.
Yeah. Then he was in Dead Calm. I think Dead Calm was that was when
Nicole Kidman and
got a tits
the guy
in a big fanny out.
Yeah, and it's the one with Nicole Kidman and the guy with the hair plugs from Titanic.
Yes,
played the Phantom.
That's right. That's it.
Billy Zane.
That was one of his first movies.
Yeah, he was in Hunt for Red October, Jurassic Park, as we know, The Jungle Book, John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, Event Horizon, Bicentennial Man, The Dish, more Jurassic Park shit, The Piano, Hunt for Wilder People, I think that's pronounced. But yeah, fucking tons of stuff. And he also played on the TV miniseries. He played Merlin in the miniseries King Arthur. Yeah, so I do remember we watched this like hour documentary thing about him traveling around, and he has his own vineyard and all that, and it was just interesting. You know what I mean? I think it was a 6-episode series. I think there was definitely more than just the one. But he'd won his little wrong terminology. He hadn't succumbed to cancer the other year. He said that he'd got over it, but all of a sudden, within a couple of weeks, whatever's took him. Nobody knows yet. But yeah, he was cancer-free at the time of his death, which his family has described as sudden and unexpected. So
the devil took him because he played Damien.
That's it. So that's quite sad. You know what I mean? He was a good actor.
Son.
Yeah, you always knew you were going to get a good sort of character from him. And then the big death for over in the UK, which is a murder now, which the police told people to stop fucking talking about because we want to lie to us first. Anne Widdecombe, aged 78, British politician and TV personality, because she did a stint on Strictly Come Dancing, where I think she got a massive new group of fans who just loved her insanity. And she was the Member of Parliament for Maidstone a long time ago, before we got our latest one. Let's have a look where it's
coming close to home, John.
Yeah, apparently, I mean, my missus doesn't like her through the politics because of the things she believes and all that. But everyone says she was a fantastic local politician. Now, I've said this before with terrorist lover Jeremy Corbyn. I said, I'm sure he's a brilliant local politician, but I would never have wanted him as the leader of the country. So she was brilliant as a local politician. Apparently, every single Christmas, she went up to the hospital and talked to all the patients and the staff. Every Christmas.
Oh, you know my God, they couldn't get rid of her.
That's right. People going, I'd rather die than her. She comes up again. Please.
Oh, here she comes again on Christmas visit. Quick, ignore her.
That's right. And she also said something of one of the opposition people, or no, I think it was her own fucking person on her own side. She said there was something, the creature of the night about him, and that fucked his career up. Who the fuck was that? Michael Howard. That was it. Something of the night about him, she said, and that was him. His career was destroyed. Basically, he wasn't going up any further. You know what I mean? But there's been so she's been murdered, right? So what happened was, as soon as the death came out, within about an hour or two, the police were up there saying, it was a white British-born person killed her. And I thought, that's fucking weird. Why did they come out instantly with that? And then within a day, they've said, that person is no longer a person of interest, but somebody else has killed her. We've got CCTV TV footage of something, and they didn't say anything else. And everyone's like, well, hang on a second. When you were wrong, you instantly said it was a white British-born person. Now you've got CCTV footage So you obviously know, because I presume she had that stuff in the house or facing outwards to protect, because she was also part of Reform in 2023. So I presume she had some sort of footage for protection, which is always an after protection thing when you're dead on these sort of things, isn't it? So they've got the information and they've arrested somebody else, but they haven't. I don't think they've. I mean, I'm not right up to until I see the news tonight, where they're going to obviously go right into something, I presume, and say, yes, we lied to you again. It is fucking it is fucking this, that, and the other. But I did see people. There was one famous he woman who up in Aberdeen, I think it was, who works for a council or something. Now everyone's saying this person needs to be thrown off. Has said when she was dead within hours that I hope she died. And now this person's denied that she knew she was murdered, right? But in the tweet or whatever the person did, the post, she said, I hope she was handcuffed to the bed and fucking tortured. That sort of thing. I can't.
That's not good. So
that's not a person dying. That's, you knew something happened to her to say those things. Now, so like I say, it's breaking again now with the terrorism police are involved, even though the police were saying it has nothing to do with terrorism, it has nothing to do with this. And I always said to Carolyn, before she rolls her eyes at me talking about the news and stuff, is how do they know it's nothing at all to do with that? That means they must know exactly what it's to do with. You cannot take something out of the fucking thing unless you know the thing that it is.
Yep.
So they lied yet again on the news. So I think the police are right up shit creek, because there's tons and tons of videos coming out now of all people being arrested when the other people have ran off, and the police have come in when they could have seen the people who beat the people up, and they've arrested the wrong people. So there's lots of suing going on over here. The police are paying out loads. I think I'll just do a side swipe now. So I don't know how much the police are paying out in billions, but I know the NHS have paid out last year 3 billion in compensation to people where they fucked up. But the police are now, because everyone's got their mobile phones.
I think what happened.
What's that?
Do you know what I think what happened? Back in the 1930s, the late 1930s, the Keystone Cops decided to emigrate to the UK. Boy, that's what I think what happened.
You gave me shit for that Johnny Carson reference, but now you're talking about the Keystone Cops.
Yeah, but
well, you talked about John Carson. John Carson, as if he's your buddy. Johnny Carson.
Yeah. But yeah, so this person has driven all the way down the country, like 300 odd miles nearly, to get to her and kill her. It's very interesting. I mean, I won't go any further in, because there's no point. We know what the police have said. Just got to wait for them to reveal stuff. But all you got to do now is look on the internet, and people are saying this is fucking. There's something dodgy going on here. Yeah. Now it's strange, isn't it? The two, the biggest internet thing, Twitter or X. I didn't see anything negative. It was just people saying like, "Oh, this, that, and the other." But apparently on that other one, the one that's crap, full of paedophiles. What's it called again? Blue Sky or something. Mm-hmm. That was just full of vitriol and hate from the people. Apparently, you like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange, that, isn't it? But it shows people's true colours when they fucking come out with.
When somebody dies, and you disagree with them, it shows their true colours.
Yeah, let's say Jeremy Corbyn. I'll just use Jeremy Corbyn as a fucking thing, right? I'm not a fan of Jeremy Corbyn because he's a lover of terrorists. But if he died, I wouldn't be on the internet going, I must say, I'm glad he's dead. No, he's dead. You know what I mean? It's like these people who then turn up who've never known the person and put flowers outside the houses. I had to go to my sister about this. One of my sisters, a kid was murdered in my hometown. And one of my sister I don't talk to, she was there like putting the flowers. I'm like, what the fuck are you putting flowers there for? I said, I tell you what, if that happened to me, if our son was killed somehow, blah, 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 and people started putting flowers outside my house, I'd fucking kick them all away. I'd say, you don't even know us. Don't give me this shit. If you want to do stuff, give it to a charity or something, but don't fucking put flowers outside my fucking house when you've never known me. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. It's this madness that people do. But yeah, I just think And these are the same people who say, if you've got nothing good to say, don't say it. But they're straight on the web, aren't they? I'm glad she's this. I'm glad. I think, well, because she didn't believe in the thing you believed in. Because she believed in a marriage between a man and a woman. She didn't believe in these other things. Well, I'm afraid that certain... I'll go down that route just for a few seconds. So you don't like it because of a religious belief. News! There's a certain other lot of people who don't like you, but they want you dead.
Yeah.
But you don't say anything, do you? Anyway,
yeah.
So there's the deaths. I mean, who would have thought we would end on a proper murder, eh?
Yeah, you'll have to do a follow up next week.
I know.
Like Murder, She Wrote with John Burgess.
That's it. I can't wait to see what fucking lies the police come up with as they try and fit somebody up. Look, mate, if you just take 20 years in prison, then we'll give you 50 quid when you come out.
Well, the people with the flowers and all that, the people, especially the hateful ones, it's more about them getting attention for themselves, and it's less about the other person and more of them trying to get likes and that's why I'm like getting more and more away from it. I don't know if like a lot of people are, but it's kind of like, okay, we've seen this and it's not changing much, so maybe it's time to find something else to do.
Well, the problem is, if you answer, which I know Flint makes the fatal mistake once in a blue moon, if he gets involved in a thread, because he can't help himself.
It's not a fatal mistake. This is his entertainment.
But I look at some threads.
I had one the other day. You saw it posted.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that one.
This is a life's work, not a mistake.
Because I look at some threads, wherever it be, Facebook or X, and I look at it, I go, well, that's fucking wrong. And then I think, stop it, John. This is what it is. They want you to get involved, and then you're stuck there for an hour or 2 hours answering back and forth to an absolute lunatic. So I just fucking go, there we are. I don't go like that. I don't do this, though. Oh, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving X. I'm leaving Facebook. Hang on, just let me do my last post. I'm leaving. I'll wait for 24 hours to see people say, please don't leave. No, you leave. But it's madness. So I just concentrate. I concentrate on having a fucking great time. So
put stuff like that didn't work out today. I'm sad. And then people are like, what's going on? You don't do the whole vague book.
Well, the classic.
Why are you sad, John?
Yeah, the classic is putting your location as the hospital, and that's it.
Oh yeah, well you know who does that? One of my friends.
Just fucking say what you fucking want.
I went to go pick up some pills at the hospital. That's it. Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Because normally when I see some people put that, I'll just put sarcastic comments. Oh, you finally gone in for your sex change. Oh, you finally gone in for this. You finally gone in for that. But I just
I had one guy, Manny, who played on the team with me, and Juan who was the captain of the team at the time. And I said, "What's going on with Manny?" He posted, please pray for me," and going in for I'm going in. Please pray for me or something. He said he's going in to get his gallstones removed or something. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! So I put like, good luck with the transition, Manny. Because he was so vague.
Yeah.
Or the ones that are like, well, I'm glad he didn't succeed in that, and I'm like,
yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? I'm just out of curiosity. I'm going to look at the profile, and it's like 95% anti-Trump stuff, and I'm like, okay. So anyway,
I suppose because we had deaths, I might as well do a death adjacent thing, eh? It won't take long. Me and Karen finally watched the two Rik Mayall documentaries, the 1 hour one and the 2 hour one. The 1 hour one was like loads of like unseen or very rare skits and sketches and interviews and shit. Very enjoyable. The documentary for 2 hours was brilliant. It was ruined when they played fucking one of Gary Newman's fucking his hit. I think it was the hit. I can't even. I blocked out instantly because as soon as it came on, I went, "Oh my god, Carol, they're playing fucking Newman."
I would have thought that would enhance the comedy by.
I didn't even rewind it because I didn't want to. I normally rewind it and film it for you, but I didn't want to because it annoyed me so much that they'd ruined the documentary. But the documentary as a whole was excellent. It went from his very early times through college and university and all that sort of shit, right up to the sad relationship he had with other characters in his life, and obviously his death and all that. But
wait a minute, Gary Newman didn't. Oh, it's Rik Mayall. Okay.
Oh, if only it was fucking Gary Newman, eh?
You think John's gonna watch a documentary on Gary Newman?
Sure, someday he will, and he'll never admit it to me.
I watched that one before. It wasn't a documentary, but where he was talking about the flight where he was flying across the Atlantic or around the world with another person, with an expert, and the plane fell out the sky twice, and then they realised the reason being they were so high up that the ice froze the engine, and it wasn't until they came out and were like going down to die that the heat melted the ice and the engine kicked in again. And I'm just like, fucking hell, why did this happen over the fucking Arctic? But all joking aside, he's had an interesting life. You can't deny he's had an interesting life.
Since
not that he's dead yet, he's still having an interesting life.
Well, there is a documentary where if you look very closely, you might see the back of my head. But
the shiny bald spot blinding John when he's watching it.
Is that the one where you're reading a book saying it's the best book sort of thing?
No. It's called
I know
Android in La La Land. No. Anyway, so since you didn't record it for me, in what context did they play that song?
Oh, it just came. I
was
don't
it like during this period. And
no,
just to say it's like the year of.
I can't even remember. I blocked it.
Okay.
But they did it the same with another song later on of somebody else. I think it was like the next chapter of his life type of thing. You know, what I mean, the next whatever year it was. But I think it was on for like 30 odd seconds. Way too much. But but inside, even though I was screaming, I was laughing, thinking, "Fucking Rossy would have loved this just to hear a bit more Newman."
See, just hear the one song that no Newman fan considers a favorite. So, so first of all, it's funny you should mention that because I got a similar adjacent thing last night. But I do appreciate it when you and my friends do this sort of thing, the sightings and hearings of that kind of thing. So I had a couple of guys over because I hadn't seen them like in a million years because of all the shit that's been going on. We were watching The Mandalorian.
So you had a lemon party.
Yeah, what's a lemon party, Flint?
Did you have Rohypnol?
You have to Google it.
Okay.
Did you add Rohypnol to their drinks?
Nope. We went to the taco truck though.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. So
well, I'll tell you what.
Did you eat there, or did you take the food back?
Oh, we took it back so we could continue watching the horrible movie.
Brilliant. We will eat from the truck with you next time, Mr. Rossy and Cowler.
Well, let's jump into the Prog because Rossy wanted to do the Debts and then do the Prog and then do other stuff.
Let me finish. So
let me get this bit then.
Yeah, we got off track. So we're watching the movie, and I get this text, and it's from one of my coworkers in the kids department, and she says, "I'm at the Wes Anderson concert." They do like the music from Wes Anderson movies at the Hollywood. I think she was the Hollywood Bowl, and she says, "And Devo just showed up." And I said,
"Were they lost?"
No, I said, "I'll bet they played Gut Feeling." She goes, "Oh my God, I just recorded them playing Gut Feeling to show you when we go back to work." And I was like,
"Well, they're playing other people's songs."
No,
they only had one song.
No, Mark Mothers.
They only had Whip It.
Yeah. Oh, see, that one's not even fair because they've done so. If you just count the stuff that's been in movies, it's like
but it doesn't matter. The public don't know that. They're not wise to that.
Oh,
all they remember Devo for is Whip It.
Whenever I need it, well, not even that. Whenever I do have another adjacent story, and we have plenty of time to do the Prog. But let me finish this one. So the thing is that Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo has done like music for at least two Wes Anderson movies, and Gut Feeling appears in The Life Aquatic, or at least the opening riff from it. So that's why I assumed that they would come out and play that for the thingy. And I'm sure they had him do some of the other stuff from the other. She kind of like went off to enjoy the show, and I didn't ask for a play-by-play, but we'll talk about it when I see her Tuesday, I guess. So anyway, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this one. This is medium length, but this is going to be interactive. Okay, so every once in a while, I get sucked into watching those reactions to old music videos, and the more off the beaten track the reactor is, the funnier it can be. So this was like rappers. There were two separate videos, two completely different people. One was like an older black guy, and he wasn't like old, but he was like probably in his late 30s, early 40s, and a white guy who was about the same age. That was one. And the other was a younger, possibly Zoomer age black couple. And it's one of those things where their Patreon people tell them like what videos to react to, and they watch it. So they both said separately and individual to each other, that they didn't know who the performer was, and they'd never heard the song before. And it was Falco's Rock Me Amadeus. And so how long has it been since you've seen the music? I mean, we've all seen it, right? You've seen it, Flint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing that I hadn't seen in a long time, and when I saw it, they tended to clip off the opening. Oh,
where he arrives in a motorbike and walks into the building?
No, that's in the middle of the video. Well, that's in the middle of the video. The opening is it's a credits, and it's like this old mid 1980s video video on video thing, and it's got him with the fright wig on it, and they're both of them individual and separate from each other. Were like, man, this already looks old. And then they were kind of like laughing at the fright wig and the makeup and all that. And so the video is him riding up in a horse-drawn carriage, like from the Amadeus period. He gets out and he's wearing the James Bond tuxedo, and he's rapping, and he's Austrian, he's rapping in German. Again, they didn't do any pre-research. They're just watching the video, and they start going like, is he speaking in English? It's like, what language is that? And then the younger couple were like, what's with the colonial clothes? They're like, they're dressed in like it's colonial times or something. And then the chorus kicks in, and then the second half of the video, Flint, that's when he rides up to the biker bar dressed up in the full Amadeus costume, and the bikers put him on their shoulders, and da-da-da-da. So the younger couple especially, they were like, tell me in the comments what Amadeus means. I don't understand what any of this is supposed to be. So tell me what Amadeus is. And the older guy looked up the lyrics on his phone and read them out loud. He's like, oh, I get it. It's Amadeus Mozart. But he didn't get from the title that would possibly be about Amadeus Mozart. And I was like, oh my God, this is the world we live in now. So anyway, so what you would have, for us, it was kind of like the movie was kind of out around that time. So it was sort of in the ether. But do you think we're like so far out from that like adults have no idea that Mozart's first name was Amadeus, or they've never heard of a movie that won like 9 Oscars or whatever it was?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess. Sad though.
Yeah.
All right.
I told you, we're the last generation that probably remembers who the fucking Keystone Cops are.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They're the last cool ones.
It's like when Dumb and Dumber is at the restaurant to drive in, and the guy goes, "Oh, the the what was it, the Rolling Stones or the Beatles? They were out after the Rolling Stones or something. He gets everything completely fucked up. And that's the kind of world we're living in now, where the younger generation haven't a clue about what came before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they research it.
Right.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to do the prog?
Let's rock.
Pew, pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, Grub.
Okay, Prog 2490. We have a cover by Dave Kendall, Dealer, Dark Dreams, Fear Stalks the Land in the Fall, of Dead World, etc., etc. What do you think?
To me, it's not. I like the image, but it's not eye-catching enough. I think it's too dark on the skull-bodied creature that he's sat upon. That's the problem, and I think there's not enough, apart from the smoke and one bit of building on the right, to grab somebody's attention from the shelf. Because you're probably going to just see again just the character, but the image is really striking. So I'm happy with the image.
Is this a heavy metal magazine?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, huh?
Mm.
What do you think, Rossy?
I like it. I mean, I think the figures should be bigger, but that would also kind of take away from the death dealer.
The creature he's riding on.
Well, they're also trying to do like a death dealer vibe here.
Yeah.
So it's
Frank Frazetta type thing.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, to me, if I was into this kind of horror, I mean, I like this kind of horror already, but it was like if I was one of those guys who actively seek it out and check out anything that looks like this, it'd be cool. It's even the words on the bottom aren't terrible, so yeah, it's a good one. I think it's I prefer the big face ones because I think those really sell the product, but you can't have like 52 issues of big faces. So
yes, you can.
You could, but would you?
Well, you can't really because you don't get 52 progs a year.
Oh, you're right. You are correct.
49, isn't that, I think?
Yes, you're correct. I stand. Put it on.
Less
calendar,
if they still included the Regened.
Oh, those were the bad days, weren't they?
That's
my
when you
God!
put a big smiley face, cute face on those.
Okay, Trolls of the Future, Young Death, Body of Evidence, Keck W. Anthony Williams, and the Sci-Fi Special.
That's out next week.
Is it?
22nd of July.
Wonder if it's any good.
We'll know next week.
Yeah, Judge Dredd, The Omelette, Part 8. Tom Tully, Dan Cornwell, Chris Blight, and Annie Parkhouse.
Diabol's gang meet with a larger gang who are blocking their way. This lot demand their time with Dredd, the Destroyer, but that's not going to happen, so begins the weekly fight, which Diabol and Dredd's lot win. After this, they decide that they need to find real weapons, but it seems that two factions hold such weapons a few floors above them, and they're fucking insane. Yes, and these two factions also seem to be part of the major fan wankery mind of the Benny, as they're the VC Southers and Norths fighting it out.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's absolute cack, isn't it?
And I've been reading people talking about it on different Facebook groups, and many people are now saying the exact same thing. This, what was the Helter Skelter? This is a very bad version of that, and I'm just thinking, this is exactly what we expected.
But hold on, this is better than any of the DC and Marvel slop out there. Apparently,
that's right. DC and Marvel are terrible.
Yes,
they've never done anything good.
No, never. That's another thing that bugs the shit. I should never have got involved in that one either.
I know.
Yeah. Where it's a kind of snobbery and elitism saying that 2000 AD is better than anything that Marvel and DC put out. No, it's not, because it's obvious that you haven't been reading Marvel and DC. And the person responded that, well, I read a lot of them back in the day, kind of thing, like the paraphrase. Yeah, we're talking about now, dipshit.
So well, it's the same thing with the people with the Prog, where it's like, oh yeah, 2000 AD is the best, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, it was up until like somewhere in the 2000s, but this is.
No, it's got some. They do publish some good stuff, but I mean, the main strip itself has been suffering a long time.
Yeah, but even the really great stuff has not been. I mean, I know memory makes things even better than it probably was, but even something as good as Helium and all that it's not quite up to like the best of Slain and Strontium Dog, and like when it was just like a fuck you comic. It's just good. It's just good and really good is about as far as I think it goes lately. And but I mean, God, I wish this artwork was illustrating a much better story, because this is like,
well, that's what I always say. It's a shame.
It's ever.
Yeah, it's a shame to see artwork like this wasted on crap. And it's going to be the same with Henry Flint. Henry Flint's got an upcoming Dread story, and it's written by Rob Williams. And you know the story's going to fucking suck, but the artwork will look amazing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, not only is it going to fucking suck, it'll be like a middle finger and a you suck to the readers. So it's like, okay, so.
Why are the Northers wearing masks when there's no chemicals?
Yeah.
So you'll know from the comic, because it's a thing in the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe they're Democrats. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe they're fighting against the invisible pandemic.
And even in the story, they're doing crossovers within crossovers, aren't they? So it's the Southers, because you can see the Souther emblem on his shoulder. See the Norts, but then he says, "Yeah, vape them Norts." You're like, well, that's the VCs, and you just think, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to get.
Yeah, go on.
No, you go ahead, John. I have a thought.
And I was going to say as well, isn't it strange how the Norts on the final image are stood there, and the VCs are 2 foot in front, opening fire?
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
Well, they're supposed to have them boxed in, right, from up above. That's the perfect place to attack them, and then all of a sudden they appear alongside them.
Yep. Anyway, go on then, Mr. Ross.
So here's my tinfoil thought of the day. Yeah. So the Nords are supposed to be stand-ins for what? Are they Germans or Russians or both?
I would have thought they were Germans when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, let's say they're the kind of Germans that are National Socialist. The rest of it. So that lady on YouTube and Substack that records the left and talks about the Communist Party in America and all that sort of thing, she infiltrated one of their big gatherings over the last few weeks, and said that a lot of them still wear, like, disproportionately. I mean, you still see people wearing masks around town here, but like in this thing, and she was showing the video, there's like disproportionately a lot of people still wearing masks. And she says they do it as sort of like I'm doing this to protect you, comrade. It's like to show unity and that, I've got you kind of thing. So if these guys are supposed to be like National Socialists, allegories or avatars or whatever word I'm trying to say that I'm missing, maybe that's why they're wearing the masks.
Oh,
pretty good. If I can praise myself.
Yes, why not?
Well, okay, bring to Call the Void Part 19. Dan Abnett, IJ Colbard, and Simon Boland.
Oh my God, there was so much in this. The short version is Bridget's doing like a stand-up thing in front of all the mucky mucks on the HSD, and she's having all these thoughts about the conspiracy theories and everything, and she's wondering out loud if there's actually no sect thing after all.
It's a psyop.
That it's a psyop from this IIA outfit, and she kind of goes through the list of examples of all the things that seemed like they were sect or woo-woo related, but how they could have actually been manipulated, and that there's a friction between the people who want to migrate and the people who do not want to migrate, and the big corporations who are all evil and corporation-y, they don't want the people to migrate because they've got them where they want them, and they're
captive consumers.
Yep, trapped in tin cans consumers. So gotta say, I mean, this is part 18. It's a really good part 18 because I don't know how much longer this arc is going to go, but this is about the part where they're going to, you have to have a big pivot, and that's a pretty big pivot for this series. So
yeah,
good on Dan.
Yeah, good stuff. I enjoyed it. What about you, John?
I thought there was one mistake on the first page, bottom left panel. The word shit is not fucking redacted.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Ooh.
So I think they're only probably. Did they ever redact shit in all the other ones?
I don't remember reading
reading
that shit. I don't remember seeing it, but then again, might be just not remembering. Who knows?
Yeah, I did notice that because they usually take out the swear words.
But with this specific part again, a lot of interaction in the office, and as we say all the time, lesser people wouldn't be able to make it flow nicely. This is like good back and forth, good commanding position. She stood behind a chair, being forceful, taking charge of the thing. Then there's a bit of shouty between characters, and then at the end,
sitting around talking like Rossy says.
That's right. And then at the end, you have the bit where it's saying like, what you can do about that? Nothing. And it's like, yeah, I thought so. So who knows where we're going to go from here? But again, to me, it doesn't fit in the prog because it needs to be longer. But it's going to be if they bring out a proper omnibus of the Hall of Brink proper, because you can get like 800, 900, 1,000 page omnibuses. I've seen them from the evils of DC and Marvel. That would be amazing, you know what I mean? But I doubt we'll see that.
Didn't you get like some insane? What was that insane omnibus you got? That was like 900 pages or something, Flint.
That was the Batman and Robin Adventures.
Yeah.
The comics based on the animated series.
Right. See.
Yeah, and that was like over 900 pages.
And also,
I think it was 900.
The bottom of the page where mine says next prog, it's been cut wrong.
Oh.
So the bottom of the G isn't on, and it's on a slight angle. So the final S, as you go back from that, it's more and more being chamfered off. So, but yeah.
Wow, they made a balls of it then.
That's right. So where was the person picking it off and going, yep, there's too much on that. But obviously it wasn't enough for them to go, well, we know what Rebellion are like. They'd rather have you have a fucking a deluxe edition with missing pages and just say, I tell you what, we'll give you them on digital and we'll just shove them in the back of the next one because you'll have to buy the next one, rather than say, we fucked up, send it back, we'll take the hit. Oh, we can't, can we? Because we're so fucking useless. But yeah.
Yeah, I did get a message from a 2000AD fan. I'll tell you who it is after the show's over. I can't mention his name. But anyway, sent me a message that he got into it with one of the 2000AD people, the customer service, saying that he spends X amount of thousands on 2000AD stuff, and you guys can't even get the what was it? The Ultimate Edition?
Yeah.
The definitive edition, correct. And where's my pages? They were supposed to send out people pages
that you could print out and stick in.
No, that they're already printed. They're sending them out like the extra pages to people.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
Instead of recalling everything, canning it and redoing it again and swallowing their mistake, they decide to fuck it up even more.
Yeah.
Do they have a recording of Gilbert Gottfried going, "You fool," on the phone?
Yeah. And the thing with does spend a lot of money because he's in Australia, right? So he does barter a lot back and forth, selling 2000AD stuff and buying 2000AD stuff. So he does spend like thousands and thousands of cash on these products, and they're half-assed and everything. So I feel for him. All right. The Fall of Dead World, Justice Part 4, Keck W, Dave Kendall, Simon Boland.
Okay, I guess that's me because John's not on it. I keep forgetting. It's like, all right.
You got the best story, dude.
Yeah, I know. I should savor it. Eastwood's wandering around in the wasteland, feeling bad that she missed so much, and then the reverse version of the iconic character from Dungeons & Dragons shows up, and so she tries to fire a gun. It's empty. She's pissed off that she was sloppy about that too. Pulls out a signpost and stabs it, kills it. She starts talking to her dead partner with the badge, and there's a little flashback to a hint of lesbianism for about a page. And
is this the regained issue?
Flint? Well, there's even nudity and you know, if you get rid of that steam from the shower, you know, you could.
That steam makes it look like she's got one massive fucking triangle of growler hair.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the advantage of the iPad is I can make that panel like the full page. Anyway, moving right along.
So did you fall asleep after you had a wank?
No, I leave the lesbians to each other,
to themselves.
Yeah, they can.
Don't you find it's a test to see if you can turn them onto your manliness?
No.
Do you bloody adamant dancing? I'm sure that would turn them.
You know, that's a weapon that's registered with the FBI. So they don't want, you know, the zero population people don't want me to do the adamant dance anymore. So Fairfax has a hallucination where she's back in her sad apartment and in the old days, and all these little skull things come out of the TV, and this delivery boy accuses her, and then we cut back to present day, and Judge Fear is there. And is it really Judge Fear, or is he the one causing all this misery and flashback stuff? So there you go.
Well, I think he's the one causing all the misery and flashback stuff.
Yeah, I'd say that's a safe bet.
Do you think she's going to go gaze into the fist? Do you think she's going to do gaze in the fist of Eastwood in the next issue?
Gaze as in lesbian into the fist.
But though, maybe not, because this isn't a Ken Neiman, Gordon Reddy story. So that it could be like 50-50. It could be 6-7. So
yeah. Brilliant stuff. I love the artwork. I love everything about it. It's great. The little giant head thing on the legs, spindly legs, is fantastic too.
It's cool. I mean, it really doesn't add much to the story, but who cares? It's cool.
Yeah. I loved it. What do you think, John?
Yep, I enjoyed it. The only thing that sort of like made me stop was when the beastie head spider thing said Buddy, because it reminded me of the creature in Strontium Dog, the big fucking something Waller.
Chuck Waller.
Chuck Waller, that's it. Yeah, because that used that term. That was the only thing, but the art's fantastic. I love the grizzled look on the characters. I love the sort of trying to escape using the signpost to stab it through its brain, through its eye. Excellent. You turn the page over and you've got lots of judges on the top, and that my favourite thing is on a judge type strip of scene, lots of judges. You got that, you got the shower scene, you got that beautiful red light and the glow from the red light. Mm-hmm. You've got the skulls coming in. It's just everything, and on the final image is like look, and it's pulling back the sort of the mesh.
Shroud.
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing what we do see next week. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. You know, it's one of those ones where, and we said it before when it came back, it's the gap's too big. I think that the problem is the gap between the big, good, enjoyable stories is too long, and the gap between the filler is like fucking not long enough.
That's what she said.
You're talking about her and Shook.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like these are really really good. I don't know if they're as great as Prime 80s 2000 AD, but or for the time or whatever. But they're really really good. If 3 out of
I think
5,
Dead World is.
well, if
I'd give Dead World its due.
Yeah, well, if this was like 3 out of 5 of the stories were somewhere in the range of being this good, we wouldn't be and if this was like every week, we wouldn't be complaining. But it's like once these stories end, it's going to go. We're going to go right back to Rob Williams writing a horrible Dread story, and some slow burn story like Hearn and Shuck, and then there'll be like what 3-4
Member
months
Berry stories.
3 or 4 months of that. No
Remember
doubt,
Brigand Doom.
and no doubt more Rogue Trooper. So it's like, or Rogue Trooper adjacent. So, which we already have in.
This is the story of Major Magnum before he became the gun.
Didn't they actually do that story though?
He did something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be Hark and Burr for 20 fucking issues.
Excellent.
So.
Anyway. Bring back Sleazy Rider.
Jesus.
That was in the Meg.
Bring back that hospital story. Space hospital.
Medivac.
Yeah.
318, was it?
Yeah, Medivac 318. And then there was a Rogue Trooper spin-off that Rennie wrote, and he couldn't finish it because it was crap, and he handed it off to Arthur Wyeth.
Is that the one
my God.
They tied it into like those space? It was that space pilot story. It was there instead of like grounded. They weren't like ground troopers. They were like space.
Yeah, I think so.
It was sort of like, it was a little bit like Top Gun, but set in Rogue Trooper.
Yeah.
Well, let me do
Lots
this.
of terrible crap.
Well, let me do this real fast. So I meant to do this before. You go back to the Nerve Center, right? And they have the little icons down the side. So you get like badass guy with gun, and then placid looking picture of female Bridget Curtis. How the one placid looking picture of Eastwood from Dead World, the placid looking face of the ginger girl from New York story, and Anderson with her fingers pointing to her forehead, looking kind of placid and pouty lipped. And it's like, this is, except for a dude with gun, this is not thrill power. This is, there's nothing in this that indicates excitement, and it's just women's faces. And it's like, okay, I mean, that you did the supervillain thing. You told us what you're doing. That's your brand. I get it. I get who this you're trying for, and they're just buying this in droves.
All right, talking about Nightmare New York Book 2 Part 3, Keck W, David Roach, Jim Boswell, and Annie Parkhouse.
All right, so there's a fight between the girls, psychic
Oogie Boogie Man.
Oogie Boogie
Man,
Christmas. And yeah, Oogie Boogie or Sack Boy, whoever you prefer. And so there's a little fight between them, and it's really cute. And I think the rat's like, holy shit, is the rat eating the Oogie Boogie Man in the next second panel? Anyway.
Might be.
Yeah. So
no, he gets pulled out. He gets pulled out in the bottom right panel. You see the fat guy pull Mr. Oogie Boogie out of the soup.
Yeah, he pulls him off.
So there's a lot of talking in this one. So we find out that the guy with the Michael Mulcher mustache is a witch, not a warlock, and they make a big deal about that. The guy who had burst into flames apologizes for having done it in the bakery. The ginger girl and the sexy guy in the pimp coat, they're going to leave because they think they've overstayed their welcome. The guy with the Mulcher mustache looks into the goulash, and he's seen their future. While outside, the guy who burst into flames with the pimp coat reveals that he had stolen some of their wieners. He tries to kiss her. She turns into a ghost and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna," she does it's basically the rogue thing where it's like, "Oh, I can't touch people, so and I'm never gonna know what love is." And then there's like
what he means is Rogue from the X-Men, John.
Oh yes.
What did I say? Rogue from what?
You didn't say. You just said Rogue, and people assume you mean Rogue Trooper.
Oh yeah, because this is a 2000 podcast. Rogue Trooper. So then there's like another placid face panel of her standing around talking. They decide that they're going to find Mrs. Maloney. He says no. They torture.
You're supposed to do the Irish name, Mrs. Maloney.
I was going to leave that to you. Do you want to read the text in the balloon with the proper intonation?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So they go up to the TD Praetorian Dime Museum of Exotic and the Grotesque, and there's a couple of characters in there who can tell that they're coming by the
Burke and hair.
Skull. Is that who they really are?
No, it's probably.
I mean,
well, you always have to have two characters like that, don't you?
That side view, he looks like Charlton Heston there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the other guy can't put his hands on him, his damn dirty hands on him.
Where did the fucking guy spring out from?
Don't know. You mean the mummified guy?
Yeah, he just pops out. The guy with a bowler hat disappears, and this guy pops out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, he was behind them. He was just behind him off camera. There was like anyway, it doesn't matter.
Is there? How is he behind him off camera? I don't see any indication.
There's the two guys looking at the skull, and then this guy in the bandages is behind them, and then the finger quotes camera pans back a little bit to reveal that guy.
Then where did the guy with the bowler hat disappear off to?
He's like
It's bad storytelling, Rossy.
It's awkward. It is awkward. It would work better if it was a movie where you could see the camera movement, but
yeah,
whatever. And then there's a golem outside there waiting for them. So there you go.
Because it ain't the Jews, it ain't the news.
That's how they got the story published. So
yeah, I do like the next Prog, Gollum a Go-Go.
Oh my god, you can't. The fucking thing doesn't even have anything to do with the 60s, and they got to do like some boomer 50s, 60s
Einstein a go-go.
Yeah, just anything a go-go or a Rama. It's like that was fun for decades after it was actually a thing, and now like it means nothing to the target audience, region audience that they're trying to reach. So just stop already.
Did you like on page 1, panel 2, that her ear is trying to escape up the top of her head?
What was this? Oh, that was funny. I was going to say, it was like, do you have a pointed ear or something? I mean, is she like a...
It looks like it's trying to escape. It's trying to run up the top of her head.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you lie too much on photo references and you don't have photo references for certain things.
When you, this isn't David Roach's problem, but this is another artist's problem. When your entire artwork thing is based around poser and just decorating poser models, and then you go around to every Facebook comic book group and call out the people who may or may not be using AI.
Yeah. Do you like page 1, 2, 3, middle panel left, that he's gonna hit her with his rhythm stick?
Hit her with his flaccid sausage.
He got a sausage. Oh,
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Hey, so what is a rhythm stick exactly? Because I heard about it in a song Dr. Demento used to play called Bra Sized 45. And
hang on, you didn't hear it from fucking, what's his name? His name's gone.
He was in the Dread movie too.
Yes, it was Ian Jury and the Blockheads. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Two fat ladies, click, click, click. Hit me.
No.
Hit me. It's me.
That
They're
probably
just wooden dowels. They're just wooden dowels that you smack together.
I see. That didn't. So that song was probably played on our new wave station that played a lot of imports and all that sort of thing. But that would be the only station. And
it'll be like saying, "Hit me with your cowbell."
Okay.
It's like one of those kind of small, like two sticks together, banging.
So remember when that Hits on 45 medley was a big deal? So Dr. Demento played a parody of it called Bra-Sized 45, and it was all about big boobs. I know you haven't seen the 2000 AD Comic-Con video that I made with us fucking around, walking around. I know, John.
I always fast forward to the bit where there's a guy in a squirrel suit looking for his nut.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
It is. So
and the guy with the Asian guy walking past him like as if it's not bothering him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And me and John laughing hysterically in tears in the background.
You can never recapture that lightning in a bottle.
Just think you'll have equally as much fun this year with San Diego.
Oh, I guarantee you I'll get those videos out that afternoon. Because I won't have 9 hours of footage to go through.
Oh, dear.
I did like that David Roach actually hand wrote the sign of the museum and stuff, because I think computer lettering on there would have ruined that.
Yeah.
So.
It probably would have taken much longer to try to find the font and get it to fit in. And
yeah. So what do you think, John?
I feel as though it's boring anyway, but it's like to get a few nice pictures of her face on every other page sort of thing. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's not it's a story that just bores me. You know.
It's a story that would be fine in a girl's comic.
Yeah, Misty and things like that.
Misty story, yeah.
Be fine, but kind of like a little bit out of place. Comic books are for everyone. No, they're not.
And opposite, there's an advertisement for that Trelawney of the Guards. I mean, that'll be a big seller, won't it?
I'm sure it will be.
60th anniversary. Most of the people who've read that fucking thing as a kid are dead.
That's true.
The thing is, as well, I mean, the only war comics that are really selling well or still sell today are the Commando, right?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, Ennis has done some stuff for DC, and he's doing some stuff for Rebellion, but I mean, I don't see them as big sellers anymore at all. I mean, most parents won't even give their kids. I mean, when's the last time you saw a kid play with a toy gun?
Well, I get. It's weird because lately I've been getting a few parents asking me for, well, not so much now, not even the lesbians did it for me.
Oh my god!
But I do get parents asking for World War II stuff for younger kids, but it's like overwhelmingly what? This is America. What?
Vietnam.
The Holocaust. No, the Holocaust.
I know you said World War II anyway.
Well, it's overwhelmingly the Holocaust.
Is that so they can laugh at all the Jews being killed?
Well, no, they want you to know the story of every victim and, every angle of that story for every age group. And now they're doing the Japanese internment camps. And it's like, so when you say World War II, when a kid says World War II, I think they mean battlefield combat, heroism, mech, the tech in the
like
mech,
D-Day Dawson.
Yeah, D-Day Dawson, yeah.
Airplanes, explosions, strategy, maps, that kind of thing. But it's like, no, we're giving you this. And so I say, well, if you're willing, if it depends on how willing you are to do a little legwork. And I tell them about Commando, because you can get it off of Amazon in the States here.
Oh, I saw at Barnes & Noble, a Commando collection, and they were looking for $25 for it. I'm like, fuck that. $25 for black and white.
If you're desperate enough, I mean, but imagine like you've never seen Commando before and you're a 7-year-old and you've got all these like Jeeps and explosions and motorcycles and all that. And it's like down to the rivet accuracy, because they knew that the kids were building the models of these things. And the kids knew, as well as the artists would know what the things are supposed to look like and how accurate they would need to be. So I'm like, to me, that would be worth $25, because that kid's going to read that thing like 6 or 7 times before it falls apart. So, but I don't think it's like, oh, I have to do this extra step, and it's like I wish you didn't, but if they're interested in something that isn't video games or Dogman, I think it's worth the work. Do a little extra. So we'll see.
Okay, Anderson Side Division The Void, Part 3, Liam Johnson, Rob Richardson, and Rob Steen.
Sandra wanders through Sector 43 and approaches a building where she has been hearing the voice in her head calling her. A large dog approaches, and amazingly, before it can kill her, Judge Nash fires 3 warning shots which scare it off. As they rabbit on, as women do, Anderson reveals that she thinks the voice that's been calling her is her own. Ba ba ba, excitement, not.
So the dog sequence takes 3 pages.
The problem with the dog sequence is it doesn't make sense, Rossy. Like in the part where the dog, Anderson has her gun, the log in her hand, and the dog's in the distance.
Yeah.
And then the next panel, she's jumping something weird.
Oh yeah, she kind of like falls over or whatever. And then the way they draw her, if you look, okay, last page, I'm going to be a little mean. Last page, panel 3, is that the fat slags or is that 2 female judges?
Do you know what?
They're squatty. They shrunk them down.
It's every single image.
Is this? Yeah, but the 2 of them together, full body shots like that, it looks like something out of the Fat Slags, or just British, middle-aged female British comedians reunited after 20 years.
That's the one that was married to Lenny Henry. What was her name?
Dawn French. She lost a lot of weight. She has.
She did. Believe it or not, I actually know who that is, and I know that she lost a lot of weight.
But the thing is, on the first page, you've got that bottom panel where she has that strange, weird stance. It looks like her left leg is really her right leg's foot because of the angle of the movement.
Oh, yeah. She's got a huge fat ass.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like
hunchback.
Everybody else has drawn Anderson really sexy. This is like the one time that, even when it was Man Anderson, it was like at least she had a bit of a figure. This is weird. And that top image of the Manta Prowl tank damage and the little figure, you can just see a little figure center of the circular sort of like crater. Now that's the Manta Prowl tank that went down the sewer, isn't it?
Yeah. The Mickey O'Carroll story with the Manta Prowl tank in the sewers. I'm like, oh my God, how fucking big do you think the sewers are? I mean, not the sewers, the undercity, that they can fly a Manta tank down there.
But yeah, this whole episode is a dog thing for 3 pages of nothingness, and nothing happens apart.
And the judge doesn't even shoot the dog. The judge doesn't even shoot the dog.
It just completely has nothing to do with what was said on the first page or the last page. Yeah. It's like, I need to pad this out, and it's the most padded padding ever. I mean, it's big
and what
panels.
Does she hit with her 3 shots? She hits a sign saying "Danger, highly combustible."
Yeah, so she's not a smart judge, is she?
Yeah.
It's like, why do you need that gigantic panel of her in the foreground holding her gun and the dog in the background? It's not that exciting or dramatic or that big of a threat for her. So it's like,
but even art wise, it's so inconsistent. The second last page, the 2 bottom panels, the judge's helmet is round, and then on the very last bottom right hand panel, it looks like it's squared off at the top.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand it if it's a panel like 6 pages later where you didn't get the helmet exactly right like you did previously, but this is straight after the other. They really are. They should change this to Granderson, because she's a Granny Granderson Division.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
You know what? I do like the colors, and I usually do like Robert Richardson's art, but he's not good for Anderson.
They should do like Mrs. Brady old lady gags and just like put Anderson doing them.
Or the fat slags.
Yeah. And then
well, a little of both.
and yet again after that we have the adverts for 2000 AD stuff for 2 pages. And I've got to say that Judgment on Gotham, which I picked when I was down Folkestone on the weekend, I went in the comic shop and I saw about 5 or 6 on the shelf. I thought, oh, let's have a look at this. It's oversized and it's as thin as fuck for a hardback. And I went, 30 quid? Fucking gullible morons who
Well, the thing is, when it was first released, when Judgment got them, I have one of the original copies. It was oversized. It was oversized when it was first released.
Yeah.
It was when DC got a hold of it and start reprinting it. They reprinted it a normal
but it wasn't
US
a hardback.
size. No, it wasn't hardback. It was actually a soft cover. It was a cardboard soft cover.
Yeah, so it feels better. This feels like you've got like 1 page inside.
Well, maybe they're doing it for the European market. You know the way they have like 60 pages inside a hardback for Europe. It won't sell. I don't think it would sell over here that well.
Not for 30 quid.
No, that's way too much.
I'm sure that was the price.
Yeah, that's not good.
My buddy, God bless him, he waited in line at the Virgin Mega Store and got me a signed copy of that when it came out by all the guys.
Well done.
Yeah, God bless his family too for putting up with that shit.
Yeah.
Well, overall, the Prog. I mean, we point out stuff in the artwork and everything else like that, but overall, the standard for artwork in the Prog is pretty high.
Yeah,
I like everything.
I actually like the artwork in the Anderson story for something else. I like that.
That's
artist.
what I said. I don't think it suits it. I don't think it suits Anderson at all. But story-wise, most of the stories suck. Dead World being the one that stands out as being really good. Brink is always good, but the others are kind of like, eh. So and again, it's hard to believe that Keck W is the one writing Nightmare in New York as well as Dead World. So I wonder if Dead World was something completely different that had nothing to do with Dread at all, but it was his own self-contained horror thing. Would it be as popular? I don't know.
I would actually prefer for it to get away. Like eventually, it became like its own thing, and like the old stories like Sinister Dexter and Sinister Dexter was Pulp Fiction. They moved away from that, and it became its own thing. And then
when Azabeth was a complete reboot of it.
Yeah, and or the other one, God, the $6 Million Man. Why am I blanking out?
Mac 1.
Well, Mac 1 never really got that far away from the $6 Million Man, but it's still.
Well, it kind of did with when Uncle Pat went back and did it as Grey Shirt or something, or Grey.
Yeah,
the Ultra Violent with John Higgins' amazing artwork.
Yeah, so I mean, they have a history of kind of moving away from the source material and letting it be its own thing, but the Anderson thing is and the other thing about it is that it's tied into the Omelette story. So you've got, it's yet another, the main Dread story is so clearly loaded with padding that to have a story in the magazine and another story in the Prog.
Well, there's actually two stories in the magazine that tie in.
Do they directly tie in, or are they ones?
Yeah, the McBain one does. The McBain and Fargo one ties in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's God, apparently they want to make a super chunky book that collects everything, would be my guess, but it's I don't want to relive, and I think there's a small percentage of it that would actually read better in one sitting, where it's because it's so padded out. If you're just kind of going through it quickly, maybe it won't seem as bad as just getting drips every week, and then drips every week and then scattered throughout 2 publications. But it feels like they did it it feels like they did an epic for the sake of making it like the longest epic that they've ever done, and not that they had the world's greatest story that required this many pages.
So what was your favorite?
Well, mine's Dead World, because it's interesting and enjoyable.
Yeah, I go the same. Mine is Dead World too. What about you, Rossy?
Oh, we're the three amigos when it comes to Dead World.
The three amigos. All right. Okay, so you got a little bit of time. Do you want to do Kickstarter corner, Rossy? You got anything?
I got another notification from the White Dragon thing. There looks like they're going to try to get it in the theaters. It does not look like a theatrical film. They'd also dropped a trailer, and it really does not look like a theatrical film.
Does it look better than Black Creek?
Yes, by a long measure. But one of my friends pointed out that one of it's produced by this group called Bat in the Sun, and they're like this very popular, like they were probably like the top cosplay fan film group. And so this is like, I could see why they were pushing to get it theatrical, because the last thing they did that was ambitious was it was a web series based on the Valiant universe, and then they knitted all of the episodes together to make a Valiant universe movie. But you could kind of tell, where each episode began and ended. But it was pretty comic accurate, and as far as fan film the movie, it was fine. It's just the problem is like none of the Valiant characters were all that memorable, and there's nothing about Valiant that was really that I know it has its fans, but I never found it like that exciting.
No.
So,
and the thing is, aren't they still doing? Isn't their company still doing Valiant stuff now?
I'm not sure if they survived the bankruptcy, to be honest. But the problem was it was so accurate to the comics that all the problems that were in the comics were also in the fan film movie. So I could see why they would push to get this White Dragon thing in theaters, because it's like the next step for them. One of my friends pointed out that one of the guys who's like one of the Bat in the Sun guys ended up putting himself in the trailer a lot. It's like less about the Green Ranger and it's a lot about this other guy. So I'm kind of like, oh yeah, that could be a problem. So anyway, and the other thing is, I don't want to say it too much because everybody hates it, but it's been so long at this point that they could have probably used AI for not entire sequences, but like if you need a little insert shot where he turns his head away, or a long distance shot where he's running down an alley, because the guy died, so if they needed pickup shots like that, they probably could have used AI to do it. But that if that ever got out, people would be asking for refunds, and it'd be all hell would break out. So they're trying to do it the old-fashioned way, and then it's like, okay, I wish them all the best, and I'm looking forward to getting my Blu-ray of it. It's going to play in theaters in August, so I suppose I could go see it on the big screen, but I haven't seen anything about it that makes me want to. And the other long-term one is that Atlas. We talked about this last time. I haven't seen or heard anything from it yet. And then there was one other one that I was thinking of, like, oh yeah, that's out there still too. But those are the ones I've heard of. And then for movies and TV, I've seen Mandalorian and Grogu. Did I talk about that last time?
I think so, yeah. Well, what Kickstarter with me is all the Kyla stuff is being compiled, except for the interview, the behind the scenes stuff, which I'll get to today and tomorrow, and finish that off, and then send it off for a proof copy. I also backed Niall O'Rourke's Omni Must Be Destroyed. It's only got 37 hours to go. I don't think he's going to hit his goal, but he doesn't care because I think he has a deal going on with KeenSpot, one of those publishers. So I think he's fine. But it's a shame because the artwork looks really good and the story looks good too. And Niall's a fun guy when it comes to stuff like this too. But it's a shame that didn't get done. All right, movies and TV. What do you got, John?
I've watched a couple of films this week. Let's go to it. Our first one up is an old film, as in it was 2016. The Nice Guys, 1 hour 56.
Oh, that's great.
Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, Angourie Rice, etc. I must admit, I fucking laughed my head off through it. The driving while asleep dream sequence was particularly fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I won't. I mean, obviously it's 10 years old, but I'm not going to give it away because it ruins the old madness of what he was seeing. But it to me, it felt like sort of like a proper detective story with the two leads, different styles of being detectives. And it was just their interaction, which was brilliant. I thought they
I thought it was a great movie. When I saw it, I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, and it was just all the action sequences as they were going through, and the hitman called John Boy. I thought as soon as that little girl was amazing. I normally hate child actors, and she was 15 or 14 at least when they filmed this. As I checked the ages and all that, she was brilliant. She wasn't annoying or anything like that. She basically solved most of the stuff as well. But the John Boy hitman who came in to do the stuff, when she figured it out in the head with the old little spot on his face, you're like, that's why he's called John Boy. So, but yeah, I actually loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I'm surprised I didn't see it at the time. The other film is something that didn't do well apparently, but I'd seen a couple of clips on YouTube and I thought, well, let's have a little look at this. In the Grey, 1 hour 38, 2026, 15 rated, 6.3 on IMDb, starring Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal, Isaac Gonzalez, Carlos Bardem, and Rosamund Pike, and loads of others. Basically, it's another crime sort of thing where there's a group of people, a corporation, want this money from this despot, $1 billion, I think it was, and he wasn't going to pay them. So they got a team in to get it, and this team said, right, it'll cost you this much money, and in the end, it was like 10% of the 100 of the billion, so they make 100 million. So they go off to do it. They basically do loads of. There's two major action sequences. The first one, it's on YouTube. You can see the whole sequence. It's done in a cafeteria, a cafe. Sorry, more than a cafeteria. But they set all these traps up, and they don't use them. And I'm thinking, oh, forget about that. And then you get to the finale, and you think, this is when all them traps are going to be used now, and all the stockage of weapons and stuff. But it was enjoyable. The interaction between Cavill and Gyllenhaal was quite good. There's a bit at the end where you think, hang on, we haven't finished yet. And then the corporation basically say, we ain't paying you that money, but thanks for this. And so that team then go out to then fuck the corporation up and do all the stuff. So it's all that interwoven in the stories. I quite enjoyed it. The normal stuff where, hang on a second, yeah, some people do die on the goodie side, so it's not everyone survives. But it was fun, so I was quite happy with that. TV wise, let's have a look. Scroll down. We watched Alexander Armstrong Across America, and the episode I wanted to watch happened yesterday, so we watched that. It was Utah Hoover Dam in Las Vegas. Didn't really go into details on much of anything. It was basically Las Vegas. He went down into the tunnels, which I've seen a couple of times before, to see the thousands of people who live in the tunnels. Very sad to see them. You know, one was a school teacher.
Like troggies from the underworld.
Yeah, there was one of there was a female who'd been a school teacher for 30 years. Things had happened, and now she was down there, and you're just like, But the person who took him down there, he was like, "We're ready for you whenever you want to come, and we'll help you get out." And he said, same as alcoholics and stuff, until they can admit the problem to themselves and want help, we can't help them. Because you just, you know, so that was quite sad to see that. I mean, all these people have had jobs and had family and all that, and they end up in shit like that. He also went inside the Hoover Dam and went down there and talked about all the water and all that sort of stuff. So it was interesting to an extent, but it's like, well, is this what you're going to be doing? And then in Utah, they went to Moab, where they didn't show any of Moab, which annoyed me because I thought, well, that's where we're fucking going to go. But he went and did some, what do they call it? It's that thing where you do a big swing across a drop. Whether you get suited up, you get harnessed
like they do in Mexico, where they don't attach you to a rope.
That's right, similar to that. Not, but he did that, and that was it. And I'm thinking, well, I'd rather have had a bit more stuff. So what I've done now is I've went on YouTube and I've got all of Billy Connolly's Route 66 lined up, so we're going to watch them in the next few weeks. Well, not the next few weeks. It'll be about a month or 2 months because we've got festivals coming up. But yeah, so that's what I watched on that. And I also saw that the release dates for The Gentleman Series 2 on Netflix is 3rd of September. And I watched the trailer, so I'm looking forward to that. And the Mobland...
I thought they forgot all about that.
I know. And the Mobland Series 2 returns on Paramount Plus on the 18th of September. So come September, you've got 2 good series returning. So there's my TV stuff.
And I have to go because my dad decided to show up early.
There you go. Get going, actually. You get mad at you.
That's right. Send him our love in a manly way.
I definitely will.
Yeah, no homo.
Right. Hashtag no homo. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Farewell.
Well, I watched Hail Mary.
Oh, I've got that ready to watch. I just haven't been able to fit it in.
Yes, I thought it was brilliantly written, very clever, and the effects were great too. And it reminded me of 80s movies, where in the 80s movies, a lot of the 80s movies are written really well and fun, yet the effects complemented the story. It was only in the 90s where effects tend to take over the story. And so everything was like Independence Day or Godzilla, or even when you look at movies today, they put so much emphasis on the effects instead of the story itself. Like Superman's a good example of that too. Probably from what I've seen of Masters of the Universe as well, although Masters of the Universe is supposed to have a fun script. So it harkened back to that, where it was story driven. Everything is story driven, and the effects are really good. They're pretty spectacular in places. But it's a very heartfelt movie, lots of fun, no agenda. There's no pushing of any kind of political or whatever agenda. There's nothing like that in it at all, which is great, which is really refreshing. I enjoyed it, and it was a box office blockbuster. So which is, I think it made over 600 million.
Didn't some people say this teaches you fucking DEI, like this is what people want? They want just a fucking decent story and action and stuff.
Yeah, no agenda. It was great. I enjoyed it, and I can see why it made all the money it made. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's fantastic.
Excellent.
It's a bit long. It's a bit long. I think it's over 2 hours.
I shall tell you when I just go here and I'll have a look and see how long it is on my page. Come on. Because I'll tell you what else I've got lined up. Come on, open up, you bastard. In the Grey. No, I've just watched that. Project Hail Mary. Oh, yeah, 2 hours 36.
Yeah, it's a bit long, but you don't notice the time go by.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what's good, isn't it? When you're watching a film, you never look at your watch. That tells you everything you need to know. It's fucking drawing you in.
Yeah, and the thing with it as well is that you don't know. Yeah, you don't notice that time go by because it needs that running time to do the story justice. So I really enjoyed it. And then there's I'm watching Outlast. Outlast is the survival series I was telling you about, where they all sabotage each other. And season one group made its way across the river to steal the other group's sleeping bags. and it's in it's in a part of Alaska where the temperature drops to like I think it's minus 33 degrees or something.
Yeah.
So the people that they got their sleeping bags stolen are all fucking livid. So there's
Brilliant.
like a big war going on, and then this one group, only two guys, and they were like, "We don't want anything to do with this. That's rotten. That's like morally evil that they stole because you need your sleeping bags to survive."
Yeah.
And they stole them so they could, flare out and get taken off the game board. And the two guys that are on their own, they're like, what? The one he's an older guy, and his nickname is Rambo. And he's like, he's got a good sense of morality, and he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not being part of this at all. So, so those two are on their own trying to survive together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. The backstabbing is unbelievable in it. How people turn. It's called Outlast, and they changed all the rules of the game. A helicopter will come by and drop something off into different camps for them, and it'll change the rules of the game. You know, you have to kick somebody out, and that somebody has to go. It's all different kind of crazy rules, but it's a lot. You would laugh at some of the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
So Outlast is pretty good, and then there's one on, I think it's on Netflix, and it's about terrible neighbors, and where neighbors have killed the other neighbor over disputes or for no reason at all. And the one we watched last night was this couple moved into Oakland, and the neighbors next door to them were elderly couple. They've lived in their house for over 30 years, but it was a rental, right, for over 30 years. And their son lived in the garage out back. They converted the garage out back to like a living quarters for their son. And the guy who owned the house decided he was going to sell it. So the old people that had lived there for 30 years and the son had to leave, right? Now, it's absolutely ridiculous that older couple they didn't know where they were going to go or wherever. They ended up in an apartment somewhere. But they should have bought a house you got to buy your own property, right?
Yeah.
To be 30 years renting, that's crazy money. So anyway, regardless of that, so there was a young couple that moved in next door to them, and they were nice people. And they had like the dad had 3 kids from previous marriage, and she had one. And they got married and everything else, moved in next door. And when the elderly couple were told to leave, they left, and the house was put up for sale. They were trying to do stuff on it, but the son kept on coming back to the garage. And the son was he was like a drug addict.
Yeah.
And he would do he even met the guy. I think the guy's name was Miles. The husband's name was Miles. I even met him and said, "Hey, can I empty your trash or do some trash for some money?" And the guy would like, "Oh, okay," because he's a nice guy. I'll give him like $20 or whatever to clean up this, clean up that, and then he just kept on coming back to the house. And then the owner of the house evicted him. Right, said you can't. He became a squatter and got rid of him. And then he blamed Miles, his wife, and the family for whatever reason. It's like he blamed them, and he would smash all their windows. He would come back nearly every once a week or something and smash their windows. And then he would do ding dong ditch. He'd keep on ringing the doorbell and run off. Keep ringing the doorbell, and it just got to a ridiculous point. And they would call the police, and the police would come out and say, "Oh, there's nothing we can do." Blah 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 blah. And then it turned out the guy was out on parole, and this parole officer wasn't keeping track of him. And eventually, he shot the good guy, the lunatic. He just shot him point blank. And it's just like, oh my God. They end up suing the widow ended up suing the police department and the city. And she ended up getting overall altogether like over 2 million. And they showed some police cam footage as well. And the police didn't treat it as serious as it should have been, because in their area of Oakland, they get a lot of murders and robberies. So that's where their focus is on. It's not focused on guys going around smashing windows or disputes like that. Like they thought it was like they knew each other and it was like a domestic thing or blah blah blah. So they were more focused on that. But really, they should have been the amount of times he was smashing windows. I swear to God, John. After a while, they had to board up the windows with plywood, so the guy couldn't smash the windows anymore. It was unbelievable to live like that. And eventually they moved. They wanted to move, and that's when that's when the guy shot him. He was his last day in the house. He was going back to make sure that they had enough paint to paint one of the ceilings or walls or something. And as he left the house, it was the only time. After that, he would never go back to the house. That's when the guy showed up with a gun and shot him. It's just crazy, crazy stuff. So that's one of the shows. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have the name for next week. But it's pretty sad to see that there's some neighbors like. There was another neighbor then. One of the other shows where a neighbor blew up their house to try and get insurance money, but they put too much gas and too much stuff in the house that took out nearly the whole neighborhood.
Typical.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's some really crazy. Only in America, some really crazy shit. But you'd get a kick out of it. I'll send you the link to it, and I'll mention the name of it next week. I can't pull it up here now at the moment. But that's it for me. That's all I've been at that in the World Cup games. And come on, England. Got the Argies next. Remember the Falklands.
Yeah. That's it.
Or is what's his name?
Fucking
Gary Lineker said, remember the what?
Las Malvinas. Fucking scumbag, ain't he? They show themselves, and they can't help themselves.
He's always on the wrong side of every issue.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Dear.
Oh, all I remember from Gary Lineker is the day he shit himself playing against Ireland.
That's right, when he sat on the floor, yeah.
Yeah, he sat on the pitch.
Come over here. I'm just on a big turd. And one of those little blue doggy bags on so I can put my shit in it. Yeah.
I think that match was in the World Cup game in New York, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, there's I did see something earlier. Oh, I think I might have lost it now. A World Cup player has been found dead. One of the African players.
He was only 24 or something. South African, I think. No, it wasn't South African. I think he might have been Ghana.
No, he was African. He was African. Somewhere in Africa. I can't remember the country.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. He could be Colombian and be shot.
That's right.
Actually, there is a player from Colombia, I think, that can't return home because he's one of the ones that it was his penalty that he missed that caused him to lose.
Always the same.
So he's afraid of going home.
That's it.
South African midfielder Jaden Adams is the one that died.
Oh.
Only 25. Sudden death. Rossy be stroking his chin.
That's right.
Rossy be stroking his chin or something.
That's it.
Colombian player. I'll try and find the Colombian player. Hold on. Colombian player. Death threat. So one of the last World Cups, the one the guy got shot, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, we received Colombian Soccer Federation demands an investigation after star player receives death threats following World Cup.
Oh dear.
His name is Jaminton Campas. I think he's the one that missed a penalty. But I'd love to see England beat Argentina. Would love it. But
it would be interesting.
The conspiracy theorist in me thinks that FIFA have rigged it for Argentina to win the whole competition.
I have seen a YouTube video clip of like 5 minutes of them fouling their way through and nothing happening. And it does make you actually believe that there's something going on because the fouls are right in front of the ref and the ref has a camera on the side of his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like, hang on a second, what the fuck's going on here? I mean, to a layman watching the hack down and then other players doing lesser hacks and getting sent off or yellow cards, you think, what's going on? But that's it. Until we see what happens this, I think it's Wednesday, 8 o'clock, the kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think Egypt were robbed as well. They scored a legitimate second goal and it was disallowed because of a foul that had taken place like a fucking minute before.
Yeah.
They went all the way back, like you're telling me that players in his own half on his own, just outside his own box, right?
Yeah.
He grabs the ball, runs all the way up the field, like the whole length of the pitch, right? Passing it to other players. And no Argentinian can get a tackle in on the guys and they score. that all of a sudden that's illegitimate because of a foul that took place like a minute before the guy got the ball. Well, it wasn't even a foul.
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable. I mean, they were robbed. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that in the England game that the referee gives Messi a penalty because last year at some game he got fouled somewhere. You know, it's just like it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the conspiracy theorist in me is like, oh yeah, there's going to be some upset on when they play Tuesday. Wednesday, yeah. Tuesday is France and Spain. Yeah, so I think they're doing it so Messi can win. And the thing is that Argentina have been squeaking their way past games. They're not dominating games. They're just battling their way past games. I mean, Cabo Verde could have knocked them out.
Yeah.
It took an own goal for Argentina to go through in that game. Egypt totally was spanking them, and it took a disallowed goal for them to, because at 3-0, like it's Egypt were 1-0 up, then 2, and that second goal was disallowed. At 2-0, right, and then they would have scored another one. So there would have been 3-0 up, and that game would have been over. So I feel bad for the Egyptians because I thought they were screwed over in that game. But then you know, yeah, I don't know. There's been some really, really interesting games, some fun games. But I hope you do it on Wednesday. There's Cass. Cass is home.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So I think that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
I'm going to watch the latest game of the Dragon, whatever the fuck that title is. I can never remember it.
House of Dragon.
That's it.
House of the Dragon. Just think of House of Tharg.
That's it. Then I'm going to watch the news and be interested to see what's going on. And Cowden will be like, oh, God, here he goes.
Well, you know, Trump said that the memorandum of understanding is no longer around anymore. It no longer applies anymore. The ceasefire is done. He said that a few days ago, and so they're bombing the crap out of different places in Iran that are dual purpose.
And then I've got my phone call in the before 5 o'clock from Virgin to tell me why they were taking money out of my account for things that I didn't have. The thing is, when I was contacting them last week, I said, this was the thing. Let me just get my page up. I was getting billed for this, and he's like, well, no, your account's this. I said, well, why does it say this on it? It says, so I was paying an extra £25 a month for TNT Sports. I said, I don't watch sports. I said, so why would I?
Is it part of a package?
It's a bundle that's been put on. So
the bundle
you didn't
ask for that bundle. They just
that's right. It's an add-on, it's called, right? So, because he was going, well, it was all part of the thing. I said, no, it wasn't. I said, it has at the top that you have a little circle, purple circle with a white cross inside, which is add-ons. And when I scroll down, which I've never done for like 2 years, so I don't bother, I just renew. I said, and it goes add-ons, TNT Sports, and it's £25 a month. So I paid nearly sort of 500 quid for 2 years of that. And then apparently I was told that I'd already paid for a children's channel, which was £5 add-on for 2 years before that. So somebody's been adding these things on, and I've not noticed because I don't bother checking anything, which is not my thing. I said, so somebody's been putting that stuff on. I said, and you know exactly what channels I've watched, because if I watched and I said this to the bloke, I said, if I watched a porno film on the channel, I'd be billed for it. So you would know exactly what I'm doing. I said, so you know I've never even watched anything like TNT Sports unless I flicked up the channels and it's been on for like a second as I flicked past it. I said, not thinking anything of it. I said, so I want to know what's going on about that, because I was supposed to be told 2 months ago what was happening. And I said, oh, within 2 months. I said, we're 2.5 months now, so I want to know. So he said, oh, it's gone up to the next level of the team, blah, blah, blah. So I'm waiting for them to ring us up, and then I'll be having a good old fucking chat with them. Yes, it's not on.
Yeah, if they're putting stuff on there right, you know.
Well, that's what happens with people with gas, electricity, and all these things, isn't it? We find out insurance policies. You know, what I mean, they put things on because I think he was saying like, "Oh, you had a cooling off period." I said, "A cooling off period." I said, "I didn't even ask for it. I don't need a cooling off period for something I don't ask for."
Yeah.
And anyway, we'll just see. So I've got that. Then I'll have a couple of hours sleep before work, and this weekend, what's it? What day is
You
the
going
13th?
gigging this weekend?
Yeah, well, we got Friday, the 17th is me and Karen's wedding anniversary. So luckily, I didn't have to do anything because we're going to the Rock Festival. So I'll be picking Sam up on Thursday to bring him back home, and then we'll be preparing for it. We'll be there first because Carolyn, because it's school day on Friday, so she can't get until after school. And then we got that all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'll take Sam back home on Monday. I'll be picking him back up again on what day am I picking up? I'm picking him that week again because we've got another festival on the Friday, Saturday, which I've got a poster here. I'll be able to tell you the big names. So we got that one's got Cooler Shaker, Sleeper, Stereo MCs, Inspiral Carpets, then loads of other stuff. So that'll be quite good. So I'm looking forward to that one. A different type of music, like 90s and a mixture of all sorts. So we got that all planned up. So it's 2 weekends. And then, let me have a look at my phone calendar. Then the next month, from the 6th of August to the 23rd, I'm on holiday. But we're going to be watching Jesus Christ Superstar and staying at that Rock Hotel in London at the Sanctum Soho, which I'm looking forward to because I'm going to be doing crib videos and all sorts of piss take. There's a bath, an amazing bath in the suite, which you can see from the bed, and I will be in that.
Oh, yeah, I think you showed me that before.
Yeah. Strategically placed bubbles, and I'm saying to Karen, right, film me talking now. I could just see her going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So, all right then, I'm gonna bring my little fucking my little tripod sticky thing, my selfie stick, which is a tripod at the bottom. I'll do it myself. I will be the videos I'll be doing. We're going to be amazing, I tell you. But I'm looking forward to that. So that's 2 nights in there, then off for a fortnight of just fucking relaxing for a change. And I've nearly prepped everything now on my Route 66, apart from the all the hotels and all that, until I get the flights, which will take at least 3 months to get the return flight, because I've been checking like all the flights you can do. Can't quite get the flights yet. Once I've got the flights booked, then I can do all the other stuff. But what I will be doing first is the Esters, obviously. Make sure we've got them before I book a flight. So all the locations on Route 66 are absolutely fully done now, apart from the first 2 locations. I've got some little bits and bobs to add into them, Chicago and St. Louis. But Springfield, that is complete. Oklahoma City is complete. Amarillo is complete. Albuquerque is complete. Moab is complete. Page is complete. Winslow is complete. Kingman is complete. Needles is complete. And Los Angeles is complete. So it's just the first 2 locations and their journeys I need to sort out. Although the St. Louis to Springfield of 216 miles, that's complete. I just need to do things to look at in St. Louis, another hotel. Chicago, I've got things to do. But the journey from Chicago to St. Louis, there's tons of stuff. So I need to go through that methodically and decide we're not going to stop for that, not going to stop for that. But Joliet, definitely going to be doing that for the old Blues Brothers stuff.
Yeah, Joliet.
But then it's the insurances, flight info, car info, all sorts of bits and bobs. So I'm right on top of it. But like I say, until I can get the flights, I can't really move on to the dates for the hotels. So I will do the Esters next, get them done, because they last, I think it's 18 months to 2 years. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Then that'll be done. And then I like to say, as the flight dates, I can do them appear to August of next year. I'll book that, pay it off straight away. I've got to renew Karen's passport. I think mine and Sam's when do they run out? I think I've got the dates. Let's have a look. Passports. Oh yeah, Samuel's runs out in April next year. Mine's October, so I'll get them done well before then. So I'll get them sorted, and then I'll sort everything else out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Should be a good laugh. Like I say, Rossy will be in for a shock when we turn up and torture him.
You're playing up sleeping on this floor again.
No, we're staying in the hotel we stayed in the last time. We're just going to turn up and we'll go out for a meal with him and his dad. Have a laugh, sort of thing, and that'll be it. Yeah,
cool.
That's what we aim for, to have a laugh.
All right, I think we're done. I'll stop recording unless there's anything else you want to say.
Nah, that's it. Yeah.
Pay your mortgages, people.
Yes, pay your mortgage and try not to be murdered by the government.
Okay. I'll stop recording.
Yes.